What's up? Good morning. Another problem. I probably felt problems more than the good days. But anyway, here's what I woke up to. My moss tank. You know, all this beauty. Can't really see through the glares, I guess. You see I put the stick down. That's my doing. What we're looking at today. I'll put the light back up here real quick. What we're looking at today is waking up to no water flow. Power shut off last night. I know that because I heard the AC cut off twice. So now I've got to maintenance this. I'm not positive how I'm taking this out. Actually, I do. I have to take each and every one of these sticks out without destroying my vines. This is my shingle vine. I don't want any of this destroyed. I'm using one hand at the moment. So here's one branch. See how my nice little moss is starting to grow on it? That'll be covered one day. I was gonna say this is pretty solid wood, but as you can see, I just barely bent it, and it's about to crack. So it might be even time to change all this. As you can see, that will lean forward when this comes out. Everything is balanced. Let's put y'all on top, see if I can do it this way. I need a second hand. To unravel what I cannot see. Ah, shit. And I pulled that off. I didn't want to do that. Hopefully you're able to see this. This isn't usually how I have to do things. Normally I would have popped y'all up and done a time lapse. Got spiders in here. Some of that flow. So as you can see, it will destroy my vines. There. So we still don't know if I'm gonna get this out, and then we're gonna find out it doesn't work. I don't know. Let's see about doing that. I'm gonna take the lid off. I'm gonna take that other piece out and we'll see what this looks like. Hopefully I won't destroy the whole tank in the process. Alright, so here's the materials that came out. What we're gonna look at here is, because I use silicone, we've got some leaking or cracks right here. This came apart. So that has to be fixed. This will have to be fixed. Unfortunately, well, I have to do water change as well, but the Newts are in here. Now the water's filthy. I don't even see any of the Newts out right now. Oh, here's one. Here's one right there. He's underneath hiding. Anyway. Hopefully I can salvage this. I mean, this tank is about 10 years old. Maybe more. I may have set this up closer to 2008 the first time. When I first moved in the house. It's like, pretty much was one of the first tanks, but I think I reset it up in 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. May have been just before. I have to look at dates to see when I really set it up. But yeah, it's pretty old. And even silicone's gonna start failing here for the tank itself. Yep. Well, let's see where we're gonna get. Well, we have good news. The pump itself is not burned up. It was very, very hot. All I had to do was bump it a little and it kicked up. So we're okay there. I'm gonna do a water change. I'm not gonna time lapse it. It's too difficult for the editing on my phone. So we're gonna figure this out. Get this cleaned up a little bit. Maybe in the works for a whole new remodel, because that side with the pump is definitely gonna struggle. We'll see how that goes. All right, since we're also talking about remodeling, I did a water change on this for the first time. Oh shit! And I can see they were out and about. So I knocked this over. Filthy too. A lot of dirt got in the water last night. Yeah, they were chomping all over because this was up, providing a little bit of comfort for them. I trimmed these, but I didn't want to remove them. That needs to be removed now. That was oh, you can see a croc skink right there. There's one. You guys want to see him? Hey there, little guy. So they eat these veggies. I don't want to drop this on them. Hey, little guy. He went up and he's up there now. You can see him in the mirror. I'm gonna put a mirror back there so we can see them when they're behind and doing their digging. So, all right, y'all. Let's get back to the project at hand. So parts of the project we had going were, so I obviously had the pump on the very bottom of that. So I stuck the pump down there first, and I had a few bio balls on top just to keep a kind of a distance. Then I had the sock. The sock is amazingly, socks last for freaking ever in water as a filter, old style filter. I can feel this is just full of stuff. So all this is going to become fertilizer. I'm going to go out front, clean it off. I'm going to use the hose, and every bit of the dirty water I'm going to put on my plants. So we had the pump, bio ball, or hydro balls, or I guess these are bio, I don't know, whatever. And then the sock. On top of the sock, we have this is a torn blanket. What I did is I used this to seal any little gaps. It's very fine mesh. Actually, it was a sheet, not a blanket. It's very fine, and it does an incredible job sealing up any little cracks. So after that, I had this plate. It's a piece of the acrylic or PVC. Actually, it's probably acrylic. And I just put this flat on top to reduce any water flow. You can see it gets gunked up. Being solid, it doesn't matter. It still gets gunked up. So on top of that, I believe I had this on top. Maybe this was underneath. This might have been underneath. You see a pressure line indentation there. So this might have been underneath the square plate to hold it down. And then I had some rocks scattered on top of that to hold everything down. And normally I would say I just put everything back in, but the fact that this is as loose as it is, and this is going to be loose all the way down, but also my waterfall here, that thing came loose. So we're going to have a lot of excess water flow that would not be wanted because of this. Unfortunately, I'm feeling like half this tank is going to end up getting reset up. I do have silicone, aquarium silicone, but I don't want to use it with the Newts in here. He's gone. No. Yeah, so they're roaming around now. I'm gonna get all this shit out of here. That's filthy. I want clear water again. And stirring all this up. I mean, it's bound to get dirt. Moss dies. Moss. I mean, most of this gets cleaned up, gets accumulated under the plants, then rearranged, and that's when it stirs up the water. But all right, let's get back to this. I want to get this done. Before I get too much further on this, I'm showing you. I did put chlorine in there. That bucket I filled because I don't have any other tap water or any other water to use. I usually use the distilled. I only have half a gallon left. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering the water. I'm using a microfiber towel and then a filter pad under that. And we're gonna see basically this get clear. So I'm gonna do this half a dozen times, and then we'll see what the water's looking like. All right, so I drained most of it. I left a little bit, just a sludge. Chose not to dump that in there, and we're gonna keep working with what we got that's in the bucket currently. Alright, that's just one filtering. You see how clear it gets using a microfiber and filter pad. It's crystal clear almost. That's just first time. I'm going to keep doing this, and then we will get back to all of this. Alright, so I drained some more out of the tank. We're going to get as much of it out of here as we can before I pour the clean water back in. Obviously with the pump, I don't want to go too much lower, and some of this will get cleaned up even more because it was crystal clear other than what was on the bottom built up. So it should be all right to put this water back in, let all that get stirred up and pumped through and cleaned up. I still got to clean the old filter sock and all that was in there, and get everything put back in. So we're going to go out, clean those, and we're going to come back in and get this started again. Crystal clear water. It'll be chlorine free, and that was the idea. I knew this would work because I did this with St. John's River water, and it was just as clear when I got done. Unfortunately, that idea didn't work out because the salinity on this side of the river is non-existent. So I only used about half of what I had cleaned in that. So my idea is to put this in here. It's going to get filthy again. I'm going to siphon that back out, and I'm going to do this again. They seem not happy right now. They're moving around quite a bit. There was chlorine in the last bit of water I dumped in. So we're gonna fix that issue right now by putting most of this is actually a majority of the water that came out, so should be good after that. But again, I'm gonna stir it up, keep doing, and we still don't know what's gonna happen with the outcome, because like I said, it's a little bit torn at the top. I think what we're gonna do is just roll with it. I'm not comfortable with putting aquarium silicone in here, even with the Newts. They breathe through their skin in a lot of ways, so I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna set it up, figure out what's going on, and move forward from there. We'll recover whatever cannot be fixed. The lights are on automatic timer. I've done that because it gets some days up here in 90 degrees. The Newts don't need that. The water does stay cool, but ambient temperature will heat the water. So I have the lights on to set to turn off in the early noon time. So I'm gonna get back on this, see where we get. I'm not gonna show as many of the process. I know I keep doing it, but data-wise, or space-wise, I'm not gonna be able to edit. So, all right, y'all. Let's see what we can get this back to. All right, everything's not said and done, but we're running. The pump is hooked up. I do have my leaks. They're filling in with dirt because that was just a trickle a minute ago, and now it's dripping pretty good. Chicken Little still here. Yeah, sorry about all the glare. We'll go this way. As you can see, my layers I layered it a little bit different. I couldn't do what I did before, and I have way more flow right now because of the water level. But most of the water is being lost right back in there. And as that fills in, this right here will start to flow more. Hopefully I get an actual flow to it again. But we'll see. The water is foggy again, but I believe that'll clear up. And I'm missing charcoal. The socks had charcoal in them, and I couldn't find my charcoal because it's been a damn decade since I've done this. I don't know where the freaking box of charcoal is. So I chose to move forward. For those that didn't watch my old videos, this is solid surface countertop. Just put a groove in it, made it so it would fit up in here, and aquarium will fit upside down in that groove to help retain moisture. You can see right over here. It actually does get water in it from condensation on the glass that drips down. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll show you all finish conclusion here in a second. I'm probably going to also take that out. It's just taking up too much space, and the log that it's on is completely rotting now. Alright, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Normal tragic events happen.